We have two toilets. Mine is basically useless. It might as well be a bucket. It could be repaired with some Drano. It's got to have Drano though, and then it's got to have Snake, and it's got to have full fucking um, overhaul. Probably needs another toilet altogether. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Now me, depending on, I manage with it. I manage with it. But that's not why I come here with the Dragon Head. This video is about politics. Politics is too much. Every fucking day, it's more left, right, left, right. I feel like I'm in the army. Like I need to march or some shit. Left, right, left, right. The parties are not the same parties anymore. The people that I know, a lot of older Democrats, like my congressman buddy, he's in the he's in the he's in the party. He is a fucking government official too. He was a congressman. He doesn't think like these fucking teenagers think. These fucking millennials, they've lost their shit. They have lost their shit. They are not in any way connected to the previous or classical JFK fucking Democrat Party, which even that was okay. Those people were fighting for something that made sense to most people. Uh, but now the youth, the Utes are under such mind control. They don't make much sense. They really don't. And I get tired of hearing every day the fucking news stories bash the entire party as if it is the entire party when it's clearly it's not. It can't be. It can't be. You have to be way more. I don't even know what point in time I got snagged and hooked on all this shit because I never cared about the politics. I always thought politics was fucking dumb, too easy for people just to lie and grift. Not very interested in it, but at whatever point in time it directly affected me, however it happened, it did, and I got interested, and then I started sucking it up. And I don't regret that. I don't regret finding a genuine interest in something that affects so many of our lives. But I also don't think that you can hold someone else to that standard of interest and informational flow that's just not into that. That's the thing about politics. We have representative government because people have to live their lives. People have to devote their attention to shit that their lives require them for a necessity. Some people's jobs are so fucking hard that by the time they get home, they ain't watching no fucking news. They ain't doing shit but catching a fucking nap, something to eat, and a shower, and then doing it again. So I think beating up the whole party is a misnomer in a way, although I understand why. There's no real way to isolate a problem within a movement of people other that you're not gonna be able to get it right when you have people that are absorbed into your party that are completely different, that have a whole different modus operandi, whatever you want to say. That's not easy. It's damn near impossible. But there needs to be some sort of renewal of the party system or something in our government to be able to inform people of what the fuck is going on without the media, trying to tamp it down one way. Because clearly the media is trying to tamp it down one way. If you don't have alternative media, you're not going to get any actual news about what the right is doing or trying to do, or trying to fix. You get a bunch of steered slant racism and fucking xenophobia and all these fucking broad spectral words that don't really represent anybody. I don't really know anybody I don't keep anybody in my life that I think is racist. I'm not racist. So, that whole thing, it's making the young people that are having to hear all these terms, they're the most racist goddamn group of sons of bitches I ever met. And it's now flipped to where it's the previously oppressed groups. I lived in a neighborhood that was completely fucking black and Mexican when I was a kid. There were no other white people in my neighborhood. I seen a fat boy riding a bike one time. I guess he just moved into the neighborhood, and I went to flag him down, and he just kept going fast as hell. He's like, "I know it's just us," and I laughed, and I thought that was funny at the time. But I never met the kid, but he was at least aware that it was just us. He and I were the only white boys in the neighborhood. There was a white girl that moved in, and I worked up the confidence. I was probably 15. I was going to knock on her door, real sexy blonde. But as I went to the door and knocked on it, the the door opened and it was a little mulatto boy. And I'm like, oh shit, never mind. And I left because I could see the writing on the wall. This girl wasn't fucking around with her own people. This is how some people deal with being immersed in such another race. They lose completely the identity of their own race. They become like the little white boys they call them wiggers, and that's a very derogatory term, obviously. And I say this sensitive of other people that are different races because I'm saying, I'm just giving it to you as it is. I'm not trying to color it myself or use my own words or whatever because there's no sense in that. That's not the point of this. It's just to say that all the things that we've done to get through our lives being immersed with different people, this has all been counterproductive. It has been because you're dealing with new groups of children coming up thinking all this stuff that's not correct about America, about fucking white people, and it's just not correct. It takes a lot of energy to be a racist. It does. It takes a lot of energy, a lot of focus, a lot of dedication and care for something that's just ignorant and not really in line with most Americans' beliefs anyway. There are multi fucking racial couples and children. This has been going on for quite a while, so it's not like we're not a fucking apartheid society like South Africa or something used to be. So there is a big disconnect and divide from the people, from what they know and understand. And it's more of a generational gap than it is one of race. Um, it could be one of class. That could be in play, but I don't know anybody of the upper echelon of society. I don't know any CEOs or fucking highly uh, up above or down below in status people at all. When I was in the Hermetic Order, I did. There was a bigger range of people from different areas of society when I was in the Hermetic Order. But there was not still, there was not a drop of racism. There may have been classism. That definitely I could feel a little bit, but no one ever did anything to me to make me feel very weird or strange. one of the guys that I was in the order with was a college guy. He was going to Rice and he invited me to a frat party. And I went to the frat party and had a bunch of misadventures. And it was very exciting and fun because I was a little bit older than him, or I was in the age range to be that college kid too, but I wasn't in college. I was doing sheet metal work, so obviously I'd chosen my path in life, and it didn't involve higher education. It involved getting the fuck out and getting a job, getting the hell out of my house with my crazy ass mom there. So, but we all had fellowship, and even in that group of people, there was different. It wasn't all just white people. There was a mix of different people from all different stations of life. But now it seems to be more fucked up because with these kids having sort of a backwards view of a racially integrated society and how that operates and how to treat people, they're not functioning correctly because they don't have that information. They either are apologetic white trying to make apologies for things that they've never done or didn't have any connection to. My parents didn't have slaves. My grandparents didn't have slaves. Their grandparents didn't have slaves. So it's not like we weren't even in America at the time. We were still in Europe. We didn't come over until I think the late 1700s and then up north before we came to the south, my family line. So what we have is a problem with information. We have a problem with sensationalism. We have a problem. We have a problem. We have a fucking problem. It could be remedied. It should be remedied. But currently, I don't know what the remedy would be. Honestly, I don't. Other than if we continue this way, it's inviting trouble. Like you see all the people doing the damage to the Tesla stuff. A society that thinks it's okay just to fucking attack someone's businesses or a place, shoot it up, light it with Molotov cocktails for what? What has he done? He's audited some of these agencies and found misspending, and that's only on one main party side. So that gets them all rallied against him like he's some monster. I don't think so. I don't think that that's the correct way to be. And then once you start attacking people and attacking things, what the fuck? What then? What then? What's next? Kill people? You gonna kill people? You know? If the right is so bad, they're not killing people. Another interesting thing that someone pointed out today was that of the 96 rallies that Trump had before he got elected, only one of them, the CNN, covered live. And that was the one that the shooter tried to shoot him at. What are the odds of that? That I don't really believe in coincidences. So, what are we dealing with? One side that wants to even kill the other fucking guy because he's not going along to fucking get along in the same way, you know? So, this is all very bad signs. If any place could turn it around, I think America could, but it really looks bad because we're not informing the youth or the underclass of children, younger people, in any way the right way. They're getting bad information and they're reinforcing bad information. He's not out there. Oh, is he out there now? He heard the ruckus. He heard the ruckus. Anyway, we're going off to do something. So there you go. That's my video. That's what's going on. This is Dragon Man reporting. Have a nice day, you sons of bitches.